Hey guys, welcome back. Just a short update today. I'm waiting on some parts to come in. I was really hoping my bearing hubs would be here today, but it doesn't look like they're going to get delivered till at least Monday. Usually anything shipped from Detroit Axle to me is usually overnight, since they're only about 40 miles away in Livonia. So I was hoping they'd get here sometime earlier today so I could get started on the bearings on this car, but looks like it'll have to wait. Anyhow, so what I've been doing in the meantime is I've been cleaning up the interior. It actually cleaned up pretty well. I was actually fairly impressed with it. We'll take a look here. One thing I'm going to give a shout out to the Goon Squad boys. They turned me on to this Mother's VLR vinyl leather rubber cleaner. This stuff is fantastic. It just does a great job on the interior. The carpeting cleaned up really well. The seats and dash and everything cleaned up very well. There's you can see a little wear on the steering wheel here. This is a leather steering wheel. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I could probably pull one out of a junkyard in better shape and just swap it out, but then, that's another $23 I really don't want to spend. Whoever owned this car was a slob. I found food and junk and goop and yuck and stuff everywhere. I did manage to get all of it out, especially in the back seat carpeting area. There was a bunch of, looked like Starbucks mochaccino stains. They all came out, and everything got vacuumed and cleaned and cleaned up pretty nice. The exterior is gross, but it's been record cold weather here, so this thing is definitely not going into a car wash anytime soon. You can see the door panels and everything are in good shape. I did kind of work on this just a little bit today. I just wanted to get a little bit of looking into it and maybe pounding on it a little bit. That's going to be a challenge to repair that and get it all pulled out, but I'm up to it. I've done a little bit of body work before, but nothing this complicated. We're gonna do it right though, and we're not just gonna bondo it over. Not that you really couldn't bondo that over, but we're gonna make it right. We're gonna make it look good, and get this thing shined up. The one good thing though is I was concerned about this pinstriping, because especially since I'm going to replace the front fender and I'm going to paint the hood, that I wouldn't be able to match the pinstriping. But this pinstriping looks like it comes off really easy, so I'll probably end up just taking the pinstriping off the whole car. Let's give you a tour under the hood. Yes, it's a black hood. Yes, it's primer. This was an aftermarket hood. I think I told you the story that I had purchased for the silver car when I was rebuilding it from the Deer Strike. And unfortunately, the hood latch stuck one day, and my wife was trying to get it open, and she put a little dent there, so that's going to have to get a little body work. It'll pull out really easily. It's really thin metal there, and we'll use a unispotter and just pull that right back out. But anyhow, the hood will have to be painted. The fender will have to be painted. There's a couple of rust spots that'll have to be painted. The lower bumper, the bumper cover here is going to have to be painted because of my oops getting it off the car or getting it off the trailer. Other than that, it's not in bad shape. You can see there's a little bit of a rust spot right there that we'll deal with. And I think there was one back here a little bit. Yeah, there's a little bit of rust right there that we'll deal with. Other than that, like I said, the car's in good shape. It's an LT model with leather. It does have the alloy wheels, but they're the 16-inch wheels. I wish it had the 17-inch wheels because those are a lot sharper, a lot better looking. Anyhow, let's take a look under the hood. I did manage to, I kind of stole the hood latch off my silver Impala, but luckily, just in the last day or two, I got a replacement hood latch off of eBay for $14. So these things are like hen's teeth. You can't really find them in a junkyard. They're always smashed or broken. The only thing I have to do to this one is I had to swap. It didn't come with the hood open sensor, so I had to swap off the old one, and I'm got to rivet it back on there. So as soon as I find my rivet gun, I'll rivet that back on there. But your typical 3.5 liter V6, it's leaking oil in all the common spaces or common places. The biggest one on these engines is the oil filter housing adapter gasket. That and the oil pressure sending unit tends to leak a little bit. This one, actually, I was looking at it, it's not too bad, but we'll probably go ahead and replace it because the fix is like $5 for the new filter or for the new gasket and about an hour's worth of my time. We'll detail the engine compartment. It's really not in that bad a shape, just a little dirty. It is a 2008. But other than that, it looks good. Nothing's been crunched up here. Everything's straight. So I think I kind of lucked out with this car. The fact that it runs and drives other than the bearing howl. I've been watching videos on YouTube about the Copart horror stories, and luckily this wasn't one. It really, the more I think about it, the more it kind of makes me mad that Copart smashed the hood, because the hood was in good shape. The original hood in the pictures was black, it was shiny, it was not damaged. Neither was the grille or the bumper cover, and that's going to just add dollars to this build. It's not impossible. Like I said, I already had the hood, it was $50 from the junkyard, so then whatever it cost to paint it. But it's just, like I said, it's one more thing. I did notice there's some funky stuff going on here. It's almost like a clear bra remnants on this bumper cover, which is kind of weird. That showed up in the pictures, the Copart pictures too. So, but it doesn't matter because it's going to get replaced and painted. My other option I was thinking of is just make it mechanically sound and sell it as is, warts and all. But I'm doing this for the experience of it too. So, like I said, it's been a while since I did any painting. When I was an aircraft mechanic for a living, I was the designated painter in our shop. Thank you, Stan Jones. Because they let the new guy do it because nobody else wanted to do it because it's a dirty, messy job. And because I ended up doing a lot of it, I got really good at it. So I've got some time with a paint gun. It's been a long time ago, though, so we'll see if that all comes back to me. The biggest thing is finding a place to paint in a dust-free environment, especially in this Michigan weather. So it's going to be fun to kind of play with that and see what we can do and see how good we can make this thing look. And then we'll flip it. So anyhow, that's kind of all we have for today. Like I said, I'm waiting on the bearing hubs, and hopefully they'll be here this afternoon. If not, I'm sure they'll be here on Monday. I don't think UPS has Sunday delivery like the post office now. So once they come in, we're going to do all four wheels. We'll do a video on that. I'm kind of dreading it. As much as this car was rusted, as much as I battled the rust on the rear suspension components, I'm not really looking forward to the bearing hubs. Even in mild rusting conditions, they tend to really seize up in there, and you really have to get on them to get them out. That's if anything, that's the root of the expression "get a bigger hammer," because it takes some swings with a full-blown sledgehammer to rock those out of there. The alternative is to actually take the entire steering knuckle off the car and press them out with a hydraulic press, but that's an awful lot of work. I've had very good success with just hitting them with a hammer and getting them off. I've tried the slide hammer thing before. I've tried penetrating oil. I've tried, coaxing and easing and everything else, and nothing seems to work. A friend of mine at work suggested just beat them off, and it works. It works. I've done all four wheels on the Silver Impala several times. I just did the Suburban for the second time. All Rust Belt cars, they all had to be beat off. This one, it looks like they're the original hubs. So I'm a little nervous, but we'll get it off of there and we'll get them replaced, and we'll quiet down all that howling, and it should be a driver then. So anyhow, thanks for watching. Click the like button if you like what you see. Click the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you keep up to date on all the videos. There'll be some more coming in the next couple of days. It's going to be 50 degrees tomorrow. I may work on the silver car and get it in a rolling chassis, get the front suspension parts on it and get it in a rolling chassis so I can get it off the jack stands and out of my driveway and into the barn. So anyhow, thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.